Hey, hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about C Sharp interview questions part 1. These are the questions as simple interview questions, the completely basic things I have listed out what we have learned in the previous playlist of C Sharp. So let's we can discuss about simple questions. Here, what is switch statement? I would like to write this everything here in the our main program.cs. Actually, we know all about, right? The C sharp, it is starting executing point is program class. In this program class, we have a main method. This main method is the entry point of that. So we can write the switch statement syntax. So basically, the syntax of switch is we can utilize the switch and expression, and inside that case 1, what is the code you want to return. If okay, and breakout. In the case 2, initially I would return as a string. Okay, let's case 2 expression 2, I want to return 2. It's an example and syntax. So even the case 3, similarly we would like to return as a string. Default to break it. Let's okay. This is actually simple example, but coming to the syntax is simple way I would like to return for understanding purpose. It's just whatever we can enter here, that would be the expression, and inside that is whatever the value you want to put, that is a value 1, and what is the code required you need to execute here and break the statement. Like this way we can make the syntax. Here is the value 2, and finally we make it as a default what code you want to execute. and break the loop. This is the way we can construct the syntax. The above one is syntax, the below one is example for the switch statement. Already in the playlist it is available, but making the one of the interview question, they will ask this what is syntax of switch statement. It's a basic synonym. Okay, let's go about the second question is what is for loop? It is simple question. What is for loop? We all knows this simple one. What is for loop is you just integer its initialization and condition and increment, and the loop will be started and code is executed in this area. Okay, this is the main syntax part. It's just completely syntax. The main focus thing is whatever the remembering part here, right? You need to remember the how the syntax will work. Now I have already explained here for an initialization and condition and increment. Okay, initialization means whatever the value you want to initialize here. If you want to loop through the number or something, that should be initialized here. So for example, I would like to take for integer as a data type I equal to 0 and I less than 10 and I plus plus is the increment, and inside that I want to print I value. So whatever the value of high is there, incremented value, and initially, as you can see, initialization. I have initialized as a 0. The first time loop is executed, the value is coming as a 0. The second time is going to increment. The I value is going to increment automatically. I value is coming to the I equal to 1. Like that the increment operator will works, and the condition will up to condition what the condition is satisfied, these values will be coming here and executed according to that. That is the statement. If the interviewer will ask what is the for loop syntax, you just make it as a for loop syntax like this format, and just you make a one example like this. It is beautiful for him and the basic things are covered here. So coming to the next question is what is for each loop? We know all the playlist also already there, but I want to give here only the basic things. Whatever, if you people see this video, easily remember all the things in the one layout. It's a easy way to understand the things. So here the for each loop, how the for each loop working and all are explained previously. Okay, so let it be. But the coming to this, here for each loop is the like the syntax wise, the where is nothing but a type. Okay, and item, whatever the item I have specified here is that is called a variable. Okay, and in the type and variable in the collection, whatever the want to, I want to loop through that, that is being a collection. If I want to loop through the all the string elements or something, that is coming under the collection. This is the basic syntax of for each loop. So let it be, and I want to make one example too for understanding the for each loop. So let's, I would make that for each loop syntax like this. Okay, the collection I need to make, I will give string lists equal to 1 2 1 2 3. So I would use this list here. So see this, right? This is where is the type, and item is the variable, and in collection is the my collection is list. So here instead of where we can use string also. Let it be, what's the problem? So it is satisfied. If I want to make it as an integer, let's see what is the error. Yes, it is getting error because here string we are taking as inside all the things, all the elements are in the string format, and also my array is containing the complete data type is a string data types. So that is the reason if I want to make the type is a string, it will work. If I want to make it as a integer, it shouldn't work because inside the all the elements is contains only integers, sorry, strings. So that is the reason it will work according to the main collection data type. So I want to make it as a string, then it will start working. And just for our purpose, and I'm just making this console dot write line. This is the for each loop syntax. So as the syntax of these things are completed, I want to make second important question is what is class and object. As a basic phenomenon, any interviewer will ask this question, what is class and what is object? Create a something, the syntax wise whatever they were answer, but the answer should be clear with a basic definition. What is class or what is object? The class is a collection of members, data members, and collection of objects, and all complete together is a definition of the class. The class is completely, we have a different properties and methods and delegates, whatever the types we can involve in the class. So let's, I would like to make one class here. How the syntax is: public, sorry, it is expecting differently, public, the class, and what is the class name? Inside that properties and methods, the combination of properties and methods and members and whatever the instances completely coming under classes. Okay, now the real world of structure I just want to make here. Okay, let's see. Public, already in my previous classes if you can see that is available, what is public class and these things. The person is a class. Previously we have created a class here, public, and what is the my data type is class, and person is the my class name I created. Inside this is all coming under the data members and properties, methods all are coming together. Okay, once this class is completed, if you want to use this class in my in other my programming class or somewhere, just if I want to make a, I need to create a one object, otherwise I can't able to get the class. That is the reason I just make this person like this. The person object has been created with this way. This is called object. So you just make these two lines of C. The thing is, the main what is the class? You just make this sentence. The class having the properties and methods and combination of everything of member instances coming under the class. It's a collection of properties and methods. Okay, what is object? Object is nothing but a instance of a class, is nothing but a object. You just make a sentence like this: instance of a class is a object. And tell that interviewer person equal to new person. With the help of new keyword we can create the instance. That is the thing. Okay, the next question is, how do you inherit a class into another class? Okay, for this one, previously we make a one best example with the classes. I have that animal is a class. My animal class having the eat method with the public void. Okay, so if I want to this animal class and the same class member is required for another class as well. So I don't want to return that same method. I don't want to create in the other class. So that is the reason I can directly use this animal class into my dog class. You can see this is the dog and the animal is the class, so both these methods is available in the dog class. Okay, so how we can use that dog class here? You can go and let's see in the program.cs. Suppose say I want to make it as a dog, and in dog class I will create an instance, and I can see both the methods barking and eating. These both methods are available. Because of inheritance, we can achieve this concept. So that is the reason. What is the interviewer will ask the question is twisted way. How do you inherit a class into another class? You just make this example like this. I have a animal class and I have a one kind of method is a eating method. So in this same animal class I have another base class as a dog. Dog is a base class. I would like to inherit this animal class into dog class, and whatever the methods inside this animal class will be accessible in under dog class. That's the inheritance concept will achieve. But the interviewer question is completely with how you can inherit the other class into your class. So this is the answer. You just make a one kind of syntax. If he is asked, this syntax will helps to through your interview question. Okay, next one is, what is the difference between method overriding and method overloading? So generally method overloading and method overriding, the concept is we already tell that in other classes as. Hey, hello everyone. Welcome to Code Steps. Today we are going to discuss about basic C Sharp interview questions part 2. So in this part 2, the basic questions I have covered. What is the difference between method overriding and method overloading? And what are the namespaces in C Sharp? And variables and data types, what is an example? The syntax of array, for example. Define a constructors and what is the syntax of it? What is default constructor? Please provide the syntax. What is interface? Like this all I have prepared. But the thing is the interviewer will ask the twisted questions as well inside this, but the concepts are same. Let's we will go for the class. Like first we will start with what is the difference between method overriding and method overloading. First you make sure you need to define a what is method overloading and what is method overriding. So interview will expect minimum definition of overloading and overriding. So what is the definition actually it is, right? So we had already had prepared some examples in previous my playlist also it is available. Let's see, I have created one calculator class, public class calculator. This is an example of overloading. What is the overloading meaning, right? When we derived a class, like we have a different methods, okay, but the method name is same. Inside that what we can define but the different parameter list. So you just write then, like you need to remember how to define a sentence like this way. we have a when multiple methods with the same name can be defined but with different parameter lists. So we need to justify this definition. Let's see the example here. So I have what is the when multiple methods with the same name can be defined. So here multiple methods in the sense I have two methods I have taken, but the method name is integer and this method name is this method name is add. So both are the same method names, but whatever the different parameters list in the sense in this method I am passing two parameters integer a and integer b. Here my significance of use case is only I want to pass a value and b value, and the addition of a and b value will be written here. So coming to that, the same add method, my use case is different, the return type also different. So the return type is string, but the inside parameters will be different. Four parameters I can take and return my result set like this way. So the thing is, when you define a method overloading, when we have a multiple method name with the same method name with a different parameters list we can use, and different return type also we can maintain using the method overloading concept. That is the main concept of method overloading, and give you an example with a neat syntax. So let's go with another one is method overriding. We have completed method overloading. You know, right? What is the method overloading? It's coming to the method overriding. The method overriding, actually you need to define like this way. When a derived class provides a different implementations of a method already defined in its base class. So what does this mean actually? When a derived class provides a different implementation of method already define its base class. So let's see, we can explore the example here. So already we had a shape class, okay? In the shape class, I can create a method draw, and another method name is draw mode 4. These two methods have created, and also I did the implementation drawing a shape with the console line, whatever the my implementation has done in the shape class itself using the draw method. But here I can use the virtual keyword. Okay, this is the main important thing for a overriding concept. So let's see, the overriding concept will be achieved through a virtual keyword only. Without this virtual keyword, we can't able to override these methods. That is the main difference in between the overriding and overloading. The overloading is differently completed with the multiple method names with this different parameters. But here the concept is, if you define a method different implementation in the main class or a derived class, if you want to use the same method name already defined in the shape class, I'm just inheriting to the circle class and override here and doing my some other implementation or overrided that implementation to modified into my class circle class itself. That is the concept is being a method overriding. When the interview will ask what is method overriding, then you people just give the brief definition for this. If you have a when derived class provides a different implementation of a method already in define its base class also, it is called a method overriding. So for a method overriding concept, we usually utilize the virtual is the keyword. With this virtual keyword we can create a method in the derived class, and whatever the base class if you want to utilize and define that, you can using the override keyword we can achieve the concept. That is both the difference between the overriding and overloading. So coming to the next question is, what are namespaces in C sharp? It's a basic question. What is the namespace? We usually, when the classes are started, that time I told you the what is namespace already. So syntax of namespace I just provided here. Classes, interfaces, and other types, like, so whenever the namespace is coming under the main complete project, whatever the folder is under that, see, if you can go with any other document class or any interface, I already defined classes, interfaces, and other types. In between all the collection completely will be part of the namespace. So when you are defining what is namespace, you just tell them the collection of classes, interfaces, and all the other types in between completely in the file, it is coming under the namespace. So you just go to here, for example, the document is a class, namespace is becomes a basics of C sharp. The basics of C sharp, whatever the namespace, if you can define based on the default basics of C sharp project. If you want to modify this one, you can modify. But when you are utilizing this document class, you can use this namespace on top of using the using statement and define this document. That is the probability of that. So the namespace you can remember in the inside the namespace what is there. Inside the namespace we have a class and what is the defined data types, and also if you can go to the interface, I have defined the interface here, I person. Here also basics of C sharp is a namespace. So finally we can conclude that namespace is nothing but a collection of classes, interfaces, and other types. So simple statement with this syntax. So let's go with the another question is, what is variables and data types? We all knows that variables and data types. Previously we had a best examples as well. And just stated here what is the names variables. If integer is a data type and x is a variable and 10 is a assigned value. So just you can make sure it what is name and what is variable and data type. So I have defined all the things in this area. So same way, if you want to initialize a string is a data type, just you can make it as a string and switch and John like this. So string is a data type, name is a variable, and John is a value. This is the way we can define a simple variable and data types example. The next question is, what is array and syntax of array? So let's see array. What is array? Last time I already in my previous classes, it is a detailed explanation is available, but the syntax purpose I want to give the syntax here. So let's just a syntax wise, if you can see type of the array, you can mention here, and what is the array name, and using the new type the size. Okay, for this is a syntax of the array. So let's just make it as a syntax, and remember this syntax how you are prolong and pro, like you are remember this syntax, according to that you can easily write the code or examples. I will write one example. Type is nothing but a integer I am taking here, and what is the name of score I'm taking here, and new integer type, and size, my size is 5. Okay, so let's same way, type is nothing but integer, the same notation I have used here, and array name is nothing but scores, and here the new day am used. And what is the type? Already I mentioned is the integer, and 5 is the size. This is the syntax of array. You just keep it mind and what is the syntax and how we can use. The array is a collection of data type. It depends on the elements, and array always supports the only one type of array. Suppose if you can take integer, that integer collection will be available. If you can take a string, the string collection is available. That is the way the array will be worked. Okay, the next statement is what is the constructor? Define a constructor and a syntax. It's a simple basic question. Who is the learners of freshers are like 1 to 2 years experience guys? Definitely interview will ask what is constructor. Please share the syntax like that. Then just you can make it as a, if suppose, do you know the class concept? If you, it is easy. If we using the class concept, we generally use the public and class name. And just stated about here, I want to show better way. If you can see here, public class person. Okay, we have a public class person. This is a class. If you create a constructor as a default constructor, anything will be, it will create it as a same. If you say here, the constructor will create as a person directly. Code execute like this. So let's just, you can prepare like that. The constructor is nothing but a, when the class has been created, the initialization, the default constructor or different types of constructors are there, but the basic syntax of constructor is like this. We just public and whatever the class name directly we can provide here, and using this method name the constructor will be created. This is the way you just give the syntax, and constructor also you can need to define. If you have a one class, then when we are trying to create an instance, the constructor automatically created in the class level. And the next one is what is default constructor? Let's, already I had defined the default constructor is nothing but a, whatever that we had used when the class is going to initialize the main, the person class is initialized, the automatically the default constructor will be calling. So here the example of public person constructor will call first time of the when the class is executed. The just, you just make the definition of here, when the class is instance is started, default constructor will automatically call. And the example is same above what is I have stated for the person class. So this is the same, the default constructor syntax of this. The last one is what is interface. You know, already I told that the interface is being that we can use for different purposes, but the interior point of view, what is interface and syntax, you just briefly give the syntax of that. Public interface always starts with interface as a type, and whatever the interface name you want to use starts with better I word, and define a methods here. Methods and properties. Okay, this is the way we can define the interface syntax. The next one is what are access modifiers. We have a previous classes, I already shared that what is public and private, protected, internal. These are the access modifiers we generally using into our classes and inside the variables. Let's see, I just show the one example, simple example. Here I'm using the public access modifier for all my properties. So if the interviewer will ask that question, you just simply give that public and private and protected and internal. If you want to give, if he wants to give the example, then just give the example like similar kind of person. Here you just mention like private string designation. So protected also, we can access the variables like this way, but the main concept of access modifiers is already I have stated in my examples, and the playlist is available in the C sharp. So just go it and see the complete public private protected internal. And the last one is write a program for palindrome. It's an important interview programming questions. Just make it as a small example. If you knows already, then just keep it revamp that same example, it is working or not. So let's I am going through here the example how it looks. And I will do it in my program class. Let's here I for the palindrome. The main thing is what he is asking, check the palindrome or not, if he is provide any name or something. My input is madam, is that palindrome or not, he wants to check. So let's for this one, for string input equal to madam, madam, and he wants to check, right? That's the reason I'm taking the boolean variable is palindrome equal to default true. Okay, let's I would like to make the for loop integer I equal to 0, I less than input dot length. Okay, so but here let's I am making a simple way of work here. I want to check madam, okay, it is palindrome or not. But my thing is, if it is a word any palindrome, if it is repetitively like the half of the string is same, the second half of the string is same, the vice versa, like the reverse of ma is the first word and first two words, and the last two words is am. So that is the way we can compare. For our performance point of view, I want to check the first whatever the base, like if you want to say five words is there, but evenly I want to check only first two words, like two characters. That is the reason not only this madam, if you have a length is 10 characters, just first five characters is enough. That is the reason I want to cut this length to by 2. Okay, once the by 2 is there, then it is cut with the only two characters, up to two characters of length. Okay, for the my use cases I want to check if it is a palindrome or not. That's the reason just input of I equal to input of input dot length minus 1 is palindrome equal to false. Okay, let's see how would I done this way. So because of my code in the for loop, each level it is going to loop through here. The first statement, input of I is nothing but a zeroth character is the first level. Input of I is the m, it is coming here, is m value here, and not equal to input dot length minus 1. Actual input of dot length is nothing but here is a 5. 5 minus 1. In the sense, it is coming from the last word. So input of I is m and last word is m. So both are not equal to no, right? So it is coming out of the loop. The same way it is compared for the a in the second level. Second level also input of dot length minus 1. Second level also it will come and check the a value. So this is the way the comparison will work. So but let's see what the mistake we done if suppose the value is coming or not. Then according to that only we will make sure that it is working or not, right? I hope some issue is there here, definitely. Let's I will like to check that. Okay. Yeah, it's a false, coming as a false. It's not a palindrome, but it's wrong, right? We have already madam is a palindrome. Somewhere my code is wrong. Line number 84, I need to check input of I not equal to input length minus 1. But always it is checking for the last character of m input. So for this reason I would like to give the minus of I. It means whatever the I value is coming here, that will going to minus my each and every next input length. So then it is coming the first time it is coming as a m because I is a 0. It means input dot length 5 minus 1 is a 4 and I is a 0, then automatically the value is m first level. In the second level I value is 1. So coming to here I value is 1, input dot length minus 1, then the meaning is it is coming to decrease to two lengths, so it is coming as a here. So that is the way the checking will happen. Let's see what is the output now. Yeah, it's a palindrome now. Okay, so then this is the way I can correct it, and this program is the we can check through it is a palindrome or not. Just keep in mind, definitely the interviewer will ask the uh, they have a set of questions list as well from the HR point of view or a hiring point of view. The first level screening round will be definitely they will ask some kind of programs, palindrome or a reverse string. Let's we now reverse string. We have already we have some stated classes already there. Just take a example line, but now I'm just writing here a simple example as much as completion. So mine is string str input. I'm taking now, and hello is the word. So I want to reverse this one. For this one I want to take as a char array equal to str dot to char array. Okay, so I want to just array dot reverse of array. So let's I want to use the reverse string will keep into this array. Just I want to make it as an array. Okay, can see the output with console dot write line and what is be reversed. The simple 4 lines of code we can reverse the string. Okay. See, I in the first line str input I am taking as a hello, and just I am making as one character array of things. In string dot input I would like to convert to two char array in the format. So all the array things will coming into the list like in the array format. Once it is coming here, I just want to using the array predefined methods array dot reverse. Then automatically the existing char array will going to reverse the complete hello with the OLLH. So once it is ready, just I want to add into the reverse. So let's see what is the output here. Hello will completely coming as a OLLEH. This is the way we can define the reverse string. Just make sure you people ready with these questions and answer. Definitely interviewers will ask these kind of simple questions. So please be prepared. These part 2 questions, the simple basic questions. There is no complication here. Just going to down, and if any have doubts, please add the comment. Thanks for watching.